Hello there and welcome to Buena Vista County Park, owned and operated by Polk County. My name is Allen Chiou and I'm one of the engineers with the Marine Board, and I was the primary designer for this project, and today I'm going to show you the newly constructed features of this park. So come on, let's go take a look. Here is an overview of the park, just sitting on top of the hill here. This is just an overview, and then upper parking lot's over here, but we'll look at these in better detail. So here we're looking at the upper asphalt parking lot constructed back in 2014, and there's approximately 16,000 square feet of asphalt here. There are 10 boat trailer stalls, including one accessible stall right ahead over there. And then on this side we have 8 single car stalls and one accessible stall, and that one is over here grouped together. And over here we have the single stall vault toilet, and we also have the concrete pad that which it sits on, and some stairs that lead down to the grass hillside. And there's some picnic tables here along with some dog waste bags, so a perfect place for anybody to walk their dog or just enjoy the beautiful view of the Willamette River and the rest of the park. There's a stormwater area drain right under this state rig right here that I'm driving, and right there, and connected with some drain pipe right here, and then all the water conveys that way into a rocked ditch. And one of the stormwater swales that got constructed these last few months. So that's one of the new features, but we'll talk about those in more detail as we walk along the park. So what you see here is the new asphalt parking lot that begins around the curve here where the existing access road comes in. There's about 36,000 square feet of new asphalt. So as we walk down the hill here, we'll see some of the main newly constructed features of the park. On the right, here's a stormwater swale filled with topsoil, grass seed, and drain rock. And given the potential for erosion by water, several rock bars were placed evenly every several feet to slow down the speed of water so significant erosion doesn't occur. So coming down the hill here, we can see the new single stall vault toilet surrounded by concrete curb. An accessible sidewalk has been constructed next to the vault toilet to allow access for all users who visit the park and have to use the restroom. And here is the crosswalk connecting the accessible sidewalk to an accessible stripe out from the accessible parking stalls, as you can see here. Coming up a little closer, we can see the credit sign here posted against the restroom wall. This is your typical single stall there, and if you look a little closer down here, we can see where the water will drain out, so we don't want the restroom to flood. There's a little area drain there, and it's sloped towards that to allow for adequate drainage. So a quick overview of the numbers for the parking lot. There's about 12 boat trailer stalls, including this accessible stall. And then we have 7 single car stalls, including one accessible one right over there. And on the right, we have the stormwater basin that's connected to the swale I just showed you all. So all the water will come down the hill, and then it'll all convey right here, and it will all drain out to this area drain. So the accessible route to the ramp area begins at this sidewalk right here, adjacent to this stripe out. And as we walk along here, if we look over the bank here, we can actually see some outfall pipes. That's where all the water will drain into the catch basins and drain out into the rocked area into the river. Moving along the sidewalk, we have a stormwater planter filled with drain rock and topsoil and plantings. And they're kind of growing a little bit, but it'll take some time to fill this area. It was designed so that the parking lot is sloped towards the planter to collect all the stormwater runoff. And then after that, it'll just infiltrate and drain out to the river area. To the right of the sidewalk, we have a grass area for potential future day use. Perhaps some picnic tables, or maybe it could be some staging area for non-motorized boaters here. But this is more up to the county to decide. But this is kind of like an open area for them to decide in the future. Coming to the top of the launch ramp area, we have a concrete abutment providing an accessible transition between the asphalt parking lot, the sidewalk, and the aluminum boarding docks. And over here next to the abutment, we have the non-motorized staging area. There's plenty of room for people to bring their kayaks and other paddle craft here so that they're not interfering with the motorized boaters as they're launching down the ramp. And straight ahead of me, we have 6 aluminum boarding docks that are connected to the abutment by a transition plate here. And these are restrained by 4 steel piles just to ensure that these docks don't move laterally. And it'll also allow for vertical movement as the water levels fluctuate. As you all can see, the water levels are rising, so don't be surprised when these docks rise up and no one will be able to access it from this abutment. So starting at the top of the launch ramp here, we have a trench drain all along the width of this ramp here. And that is to catch the stormwater runoff from the asphalt parking lot on this side. And this launch ramp has one 20-foot wide lane, and it is 131 feet long. A lot of it is underwater at the moment. Taking a closer look at the ramp surface, you can see the V-grooves here to provide traction and to direct debris away from the boarding docks and abutment. And seems like it's doing its job because you got most of the debris on that side compared to this side. So little intricate details that can be appreciated on this launch ramp. Not totally clear, but we have some riprap along the sides of the ramp here. I'll go to the other side real quick. Just down the sides here, and that is to protect the ramp from the water forces of the Willamette River. We want this facility to last many, many years for all boaters of many generations. Just take a quick moment to walk along the boarding docks here and enjoy the river views here. It is really peaceful out here, seeing the river flow and just hearing nature and not hearing any other noises. Look at that. Oh, and there's the ferry right over there. So now we're gonna move away from the ramp area and take a look at this maneuver area that's part of the asphalt parking lot. The maneuver area is just as wide as the launch ramp to allow for adequate maneuverability when launching your boat. Here we have a block retaining wall next to the maneuver area to prevent erosion from the upland parts of the site. And to ensure long-term use, drain pipe was installed behind the wall to drain the water so saturated material doesn't push the wall forward. And a concrete slab was constructed as a firm foundation, and parts of the wall are sloped towards the upland side. I'll just show you one side here. It's sloped towards the upland side to physically hold the soil back. Here's the other side just for fun. And now we're slowly exiting the park. We see some painted striping along the road here. There used to be wheel stops on each end of stalls over there, but we decided to remove them to allow for people to turn around when a high water event occurs. And to my right, here's a stormwater swale and basin designed to collect the stormwater from the upper parking lot, as I described a while back. As you can see, it's collecting a lot of water here, so it's doing its job. Now we're back to the top of the hill here where we began the tour. So I hope you enjoyed the tour of Buena Vista County Park. This has been a highly anticipated project, and now that construction is complete, the park is accessible for all users to enjoy. Thank you all very much for joining me on this virtual tour.